Hello there, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Train Fever, but it's frozen. It's not frozen due to a bug, it's frozen due to a problem. And that problem can easily be demonstrated with this dialogue right here. I'll give you a moment just to chew that over. Yeah. This is what we're looking at. Following the last episode where I built the sunken station, I've played forward by 10 years, maybe 15 years, to try and build up a little bit of cash in order to get things moving again, because obviously I sunk quite a bit of cash into the last episode, and the cash never rebounded, never came back. And there's a really, really good reason for this, and it's all to do with running costs. First thing, the Hiawatha is not very cheap to run. You have to make serious profit if you're going to run one of these things, particularly when you're only running it with a small number of coaches like I am. This is the same error I made in my original playthrough, not running enough coaches to offset the value of the locomotive in the first place. But then the more significant problem is here. If we have a look at our existing trains, look at the well, this is existing vehicles, everything that we've got. Look at all these trains that are now over their kind of 30-year, 35-year limit, and as such, you know, this guy here is blowing 1.7 million, 1.07 million a year. That's how much it's costing me to run. It is not recouping that cash in any fashion at all. There were more trains. I got rid of quite a lot, and the same thing was true for trucks as well. There's another one blowing 1 million. Here's another one blowing 1 million. Why is this? And here's another one blowing 1 million. There's nothing wrong with the routes. The routes are all perfectly profitable. The problem was that I used up cash in building the sunken station in the first place, and yeah, and I couldn't replace any of the vehicles that were expiring due to age. The upshot, therefore, was that I had no hope of meeting the running cost of the vehicle. Let's have a look at one of these that has cost me an absolute stack load. Let's go right to the top of the tree here. So let's look at train 19. Where are we? Train 19. Of course, it's in a tunnel. Let's play forward just a little bit, because I'm on the verge of going completely bankrupt. Don't worry, this is not the end of the road. Okay, here's train 19. One of the original trains we put on the reverse. And if we look at the financial details for it, it's costing me 1.32 million a year to run the train. Last year, it made 700 grand. Year before, it made 1.7 million, 1.07 million, but that was nowhere near close to its running costs. So what I have been doing to get to this point, so when I noticed that this was a problem, I started, look at this for a magnificent piece of scenery. What I started doing was I started selling off the old stuff, but it was too little, too late. I guess maybe 5 years had passed by that point, and it was far too late to resolve it. I'm running too many trains on the loop, and they don't have enough coaches on in order to be profitable. I need to be running fewer services right now with more coaches. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go back in time to just after I completed the station, and I'm tempted to go to before I completed the station, and see if we can fix things before the wheels come off our wagon. Stay tuned. Okay, so that did not go according to plan. As you can see via the unspoilt landscape of Waltham Abbey, I've gone back even further. So I've gone back before building the station. It was, you know, I mean, it was 20 years worth of recovery time in order to try and get back from the hole that we'd gotten into. So what I'm going to do now, and the game is still frozen, so as you can see, we've got our glorious Vista Bridge here, followed by nowhere. The sunken station will return, but I'm not about to sink 5, 6, 7 million into that project right now. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to fix. Now, back in 1941, if you remember, it was 1957 when the world was on the verge of ending. So I am going to resolve this problem now. I'm not going to wait any longer. And that means camping the depot, for one thing, which Oh, it begins with a B. I'm pretty sure it's Bromyard, right? Yeah, it's Bromyard. So I'm going to hunt down trains as they come in towards Bromyard. And, no, you're all going the wrong way. And as they get close, I shall apprehend them, bring them in, and either scrap them entirely or add another carriage. That's how it's going to work from here on in. Meanwhile, before I get to any of that, I'm going to fix our road problems. So we're running too many road services already. So I'm going to send a good slew of our road traffic off to the knacker's yard, off to be scrapped. Yep. Okay, so rather than you sit there and just watch with anticipation as all that happens, how's about I stick this at Rapido for a minute, or you could just come back. Who knows? I think the fast forward approach is popular and it's big with the kids. So hang on a tick, won't be a mo. Okay, so that's let's get things rolling again. Now, first things first. Having reduced my my vehicle count, my road vehicle count so dramatically, it's going to do two things. The first thing it's going to do is it's going to do three things. Among the things that it will do, number one, we'll get less revenue coming in. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes that revenue was, only a couple of thousand for each vehicle if they weren't carrying a full load. So that does mean less revenue coming in, but that the amount we've lost should be offset easily by the amount we've saved. That's the hope. That's the theory. The second thing we should accomplish is that every vehicle should now be running closer to. Where are we? How do I? There we go. Knacker's yard. Secondly, every vehicle should now be closer to full capacity. You just missed that train, you pillock. Hold on. We can come back from this. You freeze. Reverse. Stop. Reverse, because the other one's just up there. So actually spacing these out a little bit won't do us any harm, will it? Run. Actually, no, line, go to depot. Right, yeah, so it means every vehicle should be operating closer to full capacity, which means that each individual voyage should be more profitable. That's potential bonus number 2. Potential bonus number 3 is when it comes time to upgrade to new tech. Instead of, let's say, 120, 150 vehicles that we're having to replace, we're only having to replace 100. So it's going to be cheaper to replace them all, and obviously, as time goes on, the capacity for these things actually increases. Those are the assertions on which I am going to try and save my life. That plus replacing some of these older services. Now, with some of them, I'm going to actually have to build a new depot, because some of those old train services are also pretty decrepit when it comes down to it. Right, let's pause. We're going to... What do we think of these coaches? 6-axle. Let's look at by train. How old is the 6-axle? There we go. The New Mexico carries more, has a higher top speed. There's no argument here. We're selling the whole thing. Right, buy a train. So we're now looking at, what is the best way for us to go. So we've got the 412 here, and the running costs are 600 grand a year. Now, this is not the fastest thing we could be operating. The Hiawatha, however, is 970k a year. It's not cheap, is it? I mean, we could build these craptacular, ugly-looking beasts. We could hold on for the next evolution, but I think it has to be the Hiawatha. And the tractive effort isn't exactly filling me full of merriment. Express passenger trains. I mean, we put 4 coaches on these in the past, which gives it 72 passenger capacity, and it hasn't been able to keep pace. It has not been able to haul all 5 of those coaches. Well, unless I fancy going electrifying, there's no two-way about it. All right, this can be our experimental train here. Let's try it. Well, those are 30 tons. These ones were 45. Actually, these are lighter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 90 passengers capacity instead of 72. Do I risk 6? Well, we had 4 coaches at 45 and saving 15 per coach. Effectively over 6 coaches, that's the same as losing kind of 3. All right, let's go one more to take it up to 108 and see how we get on. This is a bit of a gamble. Set this to the Holsworthy reverse, set line, off you jolly well go. The interesting thing for me is going to be to see what sort of speed it can actually manage. I think they're rated at 140. Was it 140 they're rated at? So if it gets anywhere close to that, then life is good. Meanwhile, back at the scrapyard. Now, some of these might actually be quite new, but frankly, I don't have the patience to go through every vehicle I've ever put on the road and make sure I'm selling the oldest ones. But doing this should free up. You're going the wrong way. Yes, you are going the wrong way. Oh, you're not going the wrong way. Hold on. Oh, I've got you on the wrong line. Please hold. Line. Set line. Holsworthy full. There we go. Right. Overview. Stop. You, meanwhile, go to the depot. Picnic Express there. One of the many trains that... actually, I think I'm going to retire Picnic entirely. In fact, this new experiment here will rename. Right, reverse. Go. See, there was me thinking it was on the reverse line. It was actually on the full. So, yes, fewer services should mean more passengers per service. That's the hope. It's so tempting to put the... come on, let's up the tempo here. This... come on, you're wheezing along. Come on, man, you're the latest in technology. You should be able to breeze through this. You're sold. And you score a new name. I know it's terribly unlucky to Picnic Express. Hold on, a Picnic Express next gen. There we go. Now it's not unlucky anymore. Having the same vehicle with the same name in service is not the luckiest thing you can do. Okay, right. So it's got up to 72, 73, 74 on a good stretch, because this looks like it might be uphill a little. What have we got coming in here? There's the next one. Right, you depot. Right, so Picnic's making his pickup. And as you can see, right now, here we go, 1941. And if you remember, while I was actually building... yeah, there's the big boy, look. Isn't that typical? I'll have to have a look at the running costs. And the kind of top speed. And the amount it can haul. Maybe that's what we put on the reverse. Here comes a train that's actually running the reverse right now. So maybe I could run like a 150 passenger train, something like that. Alright, what have we got on board? 24. So as you can see, the proximity of the trains to one another isn't helping them succeed. Right. The PENG will peng. Alright. We'll see what sort of top speed that gets up to. Meanwhile, as soon as you've dropped off, because we desperately need the cash, we're going to send you into the depot, and I'm aware I've got one in there already. But the digression I just went on just there, while I was building Sunken Station in the last episode, you will have noticed the cash was just flowing in quite nicely. So my sincere hope is that I'm doing this at such a time that I've actually got time to recover. And everything's going to be a little bit skew-whiff in terms of finances for a little while, because obviously we're selling vehicles and buying new ones, so it's going to be tricky to get a read on exactly how well we're doing. Right, now this is one of our older services. This is one of the names for our pains. So depot for you. Yes. Oh, we'll let another one through. These trains are so close together. Right, Picnic's up beyond 90 kilometers an hour. It really does need a long stretch in order to get up to its kind of full speed. As soon as you've dropped off, you're going to the depot as well, mate. Don't get any plans. There we go. Stop. Reverse. Line. Depot. If nothing else, you'll be... Oh, and while you're at it, go. Come, stop selecting the station. You are not helping. Go. Alright. So I think I'll put one of those two on the reverse. The other one we'll look at upgrading. Let's have a look. Shouldn't there be two trains in here? Where's the other one? Oh, I sold it. Did you, though? 18. Where's 18? I'm not convinced I did sell 18, you know. Alright, call out the train list. Where did it go? Is it, it's going to the Bromyard and Winslow train depot. Maybe I just can't see it. Maybe it's only showing... No. It's 15. Right, where the hell are you? Why are you all the way over here? Stop. Reverse. Go. Now that could cause problems. We're going to need to keep an eye on that because it's waiting for a full path. But for some reason it went sailing past the depot, and I don't want it to do another circuit before I replace the thing. Okay, he's waiting at a signal there. Who's causing the blockage? No one at the moment. Alright, let's keep an eye on that. Okay, right, so what do we got here? Why are you stopped? Where's the train that's causing you to be frozen in place? I haven't put one-way signals on. Oh, there we go, there we go. Oh, we're moving again now. Okay, back to the depot, back to the depot. Right, we've now got 2 trains in here. I'm going to sell one of them, despite the fact it's pretty new. So painful. Anyway, that's £1 million extra. Let's buy another train. What are you currently rocking with? Train 15. Train 15 here has got 72, so let's buy another couple of coaches. Right, and then you can get back to work. Set line on the Holsworthy full. Or should we stick you on the reverse? No, we'll stick you on the full. There we go. Okay, meanwhile, Picnic is up to 85. But still accelerating, so that's not too bad. What else have we got going on here? Oh, hello, what are you? Ah, you're going to be retired entirely. Ah, no, it's on its way in. Right, okay, yes, sorry. Confused myself so very easily. Let's get rid of these, because obviously even though they're in the depot, you're still paying maintenance on them until you've got shot. So, there is an awful lot of moving pieces here, but you know, the safe thing to do would be to kind of pause the game, but given that I've got stuff in motion, I don't want to pause. Maryland Depot is busy. So this is half the mission. Half the mission is replacing the trains on the loop. The other half is replacing everything else, and the only place I can put a depot for that will be just outside Maryland. Maryport. And I'm sure we all recall just how convoluted the track is there, so that's not going to be easy to accomplish. Either that, or it's going to be, you know, slinging up a depot here, there, and everywhere in order to try and capture things. Okay, right, good. We can leave that alone for the moment. Right, let's have a look at the big lad. Right, 900 grand a year and attractive effort of 602 versus 900 grand a year and attractive effort of 136. Now the big boy is not as fast, but good God, can it shift it. Right, 1.5 million versus 1.5. What the hell am I playing at? You're sold, incidentally. Right, buy trains. Yeah, let's go. We'll have one of those. There we are, right, and then we're going to have as many of these as I think you can handle. One more. 144. Oh, I love it. Right, and we're going to stick you on the reverse. Okay, yell if you want it. That's not yet named. This has the potential to be the highest earning train in operation. What have we got coming in here? Ah, hello there. How about you go to the depot? You need an upgrade. There you go, look at this magnificent beast. Pulling all the carriages. I'm pretty sure that'll get into the station. There we go, signalling working like a charm. And as you can see, right, okay, Picnic's up to 77, but this guy tops out at 120 some odd. 129 was its kind of list top speed. Actually, I need to intercept its partner in crime, which is nowhere to be seen at the moment. Okay, another upgrade. So this is all going to hopefully resolve the amount we're paying out in running costs, and I should have been keeping a closer eye on it. And it comes down to me not having trains on kind of auto renew, and that's just to keep money in the bank. We don't want to be splashing out 2-3 million quid on a new train when I'm just about to complete a loop, or or finish some other noteworthy engineering accomplishment. All right, Picnic's up to 126. It gets there, but its acceleration isn't brilliant. Meanwhile, the big boy here is already up to 120, and it's pulling away nicely. Okay, right, you were on the regular loop, weren't you? Okay, we haven't had the full go through lately. However, the reverse has got plenty of demand. I suspect because you picked up 108. Anyway, you're sold. Let's buy another train. I don't want to put it on the reverse just yet, so let's hold off until our heavy lifter has put some distance between it and everything else. So hold on, here we go. Picked up 84 passengers. Now, again, I'm hoping that the additional capacity will lead to additional demand. If that is the case, my bacon may be saved. Ah, hello, who have we got here? You're running the reverse, I think. How many trains are we actually running on the reverse? You've got 72 capacity, so after you dropped off, you can come in and have another couple of coaches. I don't want to replace trains just for the sake of doing it. Right, what have we got here? So on the full, right, on the reverse we've got, right, where are you? Miles away, I suspect. So we've got 3 on the reverse, including the newly instated big boy, and then on the full we've got too many trains. So I want to pull all these old class trains in and get them refurbished, possibly even remove them from service. My hope of having numerous trains running for the moment is going to take a back seat. Okay, so I'm going to carry on doing this while you're elsewhere. Thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Next time around, I'm very optimistic that we'll be back in business. I'll probably start out with how I'm dealing with the other trains, but we won't focus the entire episode on. And here we are, selling and buying more trains. But I'm going to sit here for another couple of minutes and make sure that everybody is up to date. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will catch up with you in the very near future. Thanks for watching.